Hey guys, this is KJ48 and welcome back to my 7 Days to Die Let's Play. This is Alpha 5 Season 5 and this is Episode 8. And I'm going to do something here. When I first made this game, you get to choose your 24-hour cycle. And I left it on 30 minutes, but I don't feel like that's quite enough time. And what I've noticed here is you can actually change these game settings on the fly. So I'm actually going to change the day-night cycle to 40 minutes to give me an extra 10 minutes. I'm guessing 5 more minutes at night, 5 more minutes at daytime. I'm going to get a little bit more done during the day because I don't feel like the day is quite, long enough. Now, when I left off, I don't remember exactly what I was doing, but I was doing something downstairs, probably digging out, stone, doing boring work, and most of the day went by. So I don't have a lot of daylight left, and the zombies did trample my potato seeds. So I think my number one well, you know what? Those potato seeds are kind of pointless at the moment. So I'm not even going to worry about that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to cut down some of these trees to get them out of the way. I do have my trusty axe, and I really want to start getting to work on this this building, this this compound. That doesn't look like a lot of wood. Because it was a small tree. Now this compound is, a lot of you guys are like really like wondering what it's gonna be, and I should probably start getting to work on it a little quicker than I have been, because who knows when the pimps are gonna come out with another update. So let me go ahead and make a bunch of wood spikes here, and we'll try and protect ourselves a bit here during the night. I don't even know if it's worth putting these down because they just keep coming. So it's almost like, well, what's the point? Somebody told me that if you build a trench and use the big spikes, they actually do work. They take damage. Now, I was always under the impression that these wood spikes take damage based on how many times the mob hits them. And as far as I know, that's still the case. But someone was telling me that the big spikes, there's like big spikes you can use, like big trunk type spikes you can use. And they told me that they take damage based on how much damage they do to the zombies. So they can last quite a long time and be quite effective. Now, I'm not sure how true that is, but I'm going to mess around with the big spikes at some point. The problem with the big spikes is they're very tall, and they're not really going to be that useful unless you can dig a trench, which I'm not really ready to do yet. So, something to think about. I'm just going to lay these all over the place, and there we go. And do I have any reinforced concrete? I don't think I have anything up here I can do right now. So, you know what? Let's just go downstairs. There's not much more I can really do up here, to be honest. So, yeah. Let's go downstairs and see what we got. It's been a few days since I played this, so I gotta kind of, re-immerse myself in the game and find out where I was. And I have a good idea. I'm just not sure of exactly where all my stuff is. Someone else told me, okay, now I'm not sure if you saw this. Actually, let me go check. Okay, you haven't seen this, and this is just poor planning on my part. This is when I make a video. If I haven't played the game in a few days, I usually go back and watch the last video to see where I was. And I didn't even explain this to you. You guys haven't seen this. So last thing you saw was me blowing out this thing with TNT. So I'm making a little place down here where I'm going to be mining, and there's no rhyme or reason to what I'm doing down here. I'm just kind of just mining whatever. And then over here is going to be probably, I was going to make this another storage room, but I might have to make it another hallway because I need a storage room and a bedroom. So, yeah, that's probably going to be another hallway. Another thing that people told me is that what was happening when I was mentioning how when I last used TNT, I would get the blocks to like drop the TNT. By the way, I shot a deer up top earlier, so I got some venison. Anyway, they told me when you use TNT, you don't want to use more than one piece, because what happens is the blocks that you are mining out are getting blown up by the other TNT. It's kind of hard to explain. I'm pretty sure that makes sense. I'm pretty sure you know what I'm saying. So I'm going to go ahead and make myself some more TNT here. And we're going to need some paper. And let's go ahead and make some TNT. Now what we'll do is we'll just use one stick and see how that goes. So let's see. Back up. And let's see what happened there. That's not all the blocks, guys. I don't think it's all the blocks. I don't think that's all the stone, but it might be, actually. There's no real way of telling. It's definitely a lot more stone than I got last time, so let's try again. Let's see. We'll put it right here. Now that's going to blow up. It should be quite a few stones there. Let's see what we get from it. Okay, that's not the case, guys, because there was iron there, and there's no iron on the ground. Stone, stone, stone. So it wasn't the fact that I was putting down too much TNT. It just has a chance, a very low chance, of dropping the block. Because if you go back, if you rewind the video, there was a piece of iron right there, and it didn't drop. So yeah, there you go. Mystery solved. Kind of sucks, but what are you gonna do? Alright, so let's, now, I can make venison stew, but, let me see what I got here. Yeah, I do have some clay. So you turn the clay into, lumps of clay. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Put that back down. Alright, so we go ahead and turn the clay into lumps of clay, and then you can turn that into clay bowls, like so. Alright. And then we'll take the venison, and I don't know this recipe, so let's see if we have it. Let's see if we have venison stew. We do not have venison stew. I'm going to go look the recipe up. I'll be right back. And I'm back. And the part of the recipe we were missing were the potatoes. So let's see if we have the recipe now. There we go, venison stew. And this is made with, I believe, venison, the bowl on the bottom, the water on the top, potato in the middle, and it's not working. Well, why isn't it working? Well, because you need 5 venison for it, and you get 4 venison stew. And venison stew is incredibly, incredibly powerful food. I almost don't want to eat it with my hunger where it is, but let's go ahead and see what it does. Now look at my hunger. My hunger is about a half, and my thirst is about, I don't know, 2/3. There you go. I probably shouldn't even have eaten it, because look at what it did for me. Like, I should wait until I'm a lot lower. Although I don't like letting my thirst get that low, so that's actually kind of not that great, because, you know, it's supposed to do your thirst too, but I guess you could look at that as just a bonus. Not really a big deal. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh yeah, I gotta make some reinforced concrete. Let me grab some of this stuff. Yeah, sand, and that's good enough for now. We're going to make the reinforced concrete, so we're ready to rock tomorrow morning, 7 a.m., bright and early. We got some reinforced concrete there. We got concrete, more reinforced. We should have some stone around here somewhere. Oh yeah, I got the stone on me. Alright, so let's go ahead and make our concrete. And reinforced concrete. This is going to give us a lot of reinforced concrete, so that's good. Well, I can't do it because I don't have these things. So let me go like this. Make a lot of this short metal pipe. Reinforced concrete. There we go. Very nice. Now we got some reinforced concrete. So, alright, so this is going to be a hallway. So, you know what? Let me grab some gas. And we're just going to break this out. Alright, that'll work. And this is going to be a long hallway. Okay, I dug out this hallway quite a bit, and I did make it extra wide because I'm going to fill in the sides with concrete like I did on the other part. So let's go ahead and do that now. There we go. And I'm trying to think of where I want my door to be, how I'm going to make this part of the room. I think my doorway can be right there. I guess that's as good a spot as any, right? And the doorway doesn't have to be directly in the middle of the room. I can have the room go, you know, one way or the other. It doesn't have to be right in the middle. I honestly don't care that much. It takes a lot of work to dig in this game. It's not like Minecraft. In Minecraft, you know, when you're mining in Minecraft, everything's going so quickly. This game is a lot slower. Even with the auger, it's slower. And I couldn't imagine digging this all out by hand. So those are my two rooms. One is going to be a storage room. The other one is going to be a bedroom. So let's start digging this one out. I'll probably make this one the storage room. And, yeah, well, actually, do I want my rooms to be cobblestone as well? That's a good question. I didn't even think about that. No. You know what? I'm gonna make my rooms wood because I want like a homey feeling in my rooms. I don't want to go in my rooms and feel like I'm trapped underground. So I'm gonna make these actually made out of wood. So let's go ahead and dig this out. And the auger's not the easiest thing in the world to use. I mean, it's better than using a pickaxe, but it's a little, I don't know, it's a little tough to use sometimes because it's really loud and it actually lags you quite a bit. I really shouldn't complain. I love the damn thing, but still, it's not the easiest thing in the world to use. Let's put some stuff away we're not going to need. And there and there. All right, it's good enough for now. So let's go ahead and continue digging out this room. If it was up to me, I wouldn't show any of the mining, but I know you guys want to see it. So, but you put me in a tough spot because I find it hard to think of stuff to talk about during this mining parts. I've pretty much gone over, you know, everything I plan to do in the game in the you know, the near future. I did start playing. I did start a couple stream worlds. For those of you that don't know, I do stream on Twitch, usually on the weekends, and you know, I actually started some stream worlds. I started a single player world that I can invite other people onto. The only thing is I have to give away my like IP, like my personal IP address, so I don't really do it for just anybody. It's got to be people like I, you know, kind of know. Usually people in the LPCA. For those of you that don't know what the LPCA is kind of a community. I don't know what to call it, but it's something that me and Derek started. It stands for the Let's Play Channel Alliance, and we've got most of the people we do collaborations with in it, and we're trying to get Partially Royal into it as well, and it's really fun. But those are the kind of people I would invite to my personal IP games. I also have a second game I play on stream, which is a what is it? Hold on one second. I'm trying to think. I want to do this. The second one I play is kind of like a horde mode, basically, and you know, yeah. Actually, there's nothing more to say. It's horde mode, which is also pretty fun. All right, I just wanted to get that started, and now I am going to go grab some wood. We should have some on us. Yes, we do. There we go. And now we're going to start this room. This room will be made out of wood. They don't give you a ton of options of stuff to build with in this game, unfortunately. So, you know, what are you going to do? So I'm going to make these rooms out of wood. I don't want to feel like I'm living underground when I live in these rooms. You know, I mean, of course I know in my mind that I'm living underground, and that sucks, but, you know, the wood definitely helps. So there you go. That'll be that side. This will be that side. Alright. Actually, we could probably even go like this. And this one, like I said, is going to be the storage room. I have kind of a setup I want for the storage room. Nothing, you know, nothing permanent, like in my mind. I could, you know, I'm kind of flexible with it. But for those of you that saw Season 2 of my Let's Play, you'll have an idea what my storage room is going to look like. Although, I'm not going to be able to use the brick paver, which kind of sucks. It's too hard to get. Alright, so let's, we got a couple more hours till daytime. Well, let's see how much time we got left on the video. I might pause it here. Yeah, let me pause it here. That way we get more time during the day to build. So I'm going to continue digging and I'll come back when it's daytime. Alright guys, we're back, and I could tell there's a lot of zombies up top because the lag is beginning to become an issue. So we're going to go up and deal with that. It's just about 7 o'clock now. This is the room I started with the wood around it, and it just has a little bit more work to be done, and then I'm gonna start putting down my chests. But we're gonna need a lot of wood, along with building up our base. So let's get up there and see what's going on. This is gonna be ugly, I know it. But you know, we're on day 12 now, so you know the hordes are just gonna get worse and worse as time goes on. So it's to be expected. They're always near the water too. Alright, so it doesn't look like a bunch of them went to my spikes. So, you know, whatever. Let's see if we could draw them over to the spikes. We'll get some practice in, and we'll use the spikes. There we go. There we go, that's working out swimmingly. I don't see the sun, but they're definitely slow. Alright. Now we'll just come over here. Take care of this guy. And they're just all gonna walk over the spikes. The spikes are definitely the most efficient way to kill them, because they are cheap. They're a pain in the ass to lay down, but they are cheap. Look at them all. Look at the corpses. I'm not going to loot all of them, because to tell you the truth, I'm not really in that much of a need of the stuff that they have. But I will loot a couple of them. You know, I don't really need iron. I could use some food, though. Where was Fatty? That's the one I wanted to get. There he is. There he is. That's the one I wanted. Alright, so let's go ahead and chop down some much needed trees. I really need to go on a loot run. Because I need... basically what I need is a car filter so I can make a chainsaw. Now when I made the auger, when I got the recipe for the auger, it took a car filter. So I don't know that the chainsaw needs a car filter, but I'm assuming it does. So, yeah. So yeah, that's what I'm thinking about. I could also use other supplies as well, and plus, like, you know, there's only so much you guys can see of me here building. Although I like building, and building's my favorite thing to do in the game. Loot runs are fun as well, so definitely need to do that. Get that rabbit. Gotcha. All right. You know what? With hunting, we might not even need to farm. Take this guy out. Yeah, leave them alone. They're not in the way. Alright, we gotta chop down some more trees. We're gonna need a ton of wood. You know, just need a lot of wood. Especially for the trunk tips. If I do end up making those big trunk tips that people are talking about, they take like 4 wood logs. So. Alright, so there we go. Now we need to build this out. Now, I'm going to change up this farm just a little bit again. Not too much, but just a little bit. So I am going to I want wood in between each piece of farm. That might make it a, well, what do we got? We got potatoes, corn, and blueberry. That shouldn't be a problem. I'm worried about making this thing too wide, you know, going this way. I'm worried about it going too far over that way, but I don't think that's going to be a problem. What the hell? Couldn't hit that guy. Although he couldn't hit me either. Now, hornets are really nice because they drop jar of honey. And the jars of honey are wonderful. We should get that deer. Plenty of deer. We don't have to worry about it. Alright, so pay attention. Let's get the... oh, man, we got a load of stuff up here. Let's, well, let's trade out shotguns first of all. Then let's leave a bunch of reinforced concrete up here. We don't need the scrap metal. We don't need the jars. You know what we should do? We should put these spike traps back down. There we go. The zombies are pretty smart. They will avoid... Oh, look at you. They won't be a problem. Don't worry. I got an answer for those guys. The spider zombies. Oh, shut up, timer. I don't listen to you. Alright, so how do I want to do this? Alright, I need my... Why don't I ever bring my shovel? I really want to use my shovel for this. You know what? Let's go down and get the shovel. You know, I like the auger, but, you know, to use the auger on that little bit of dirt just seems like a big waste. I really don't like doing it. So I should have a shovel down here somewhere. Right? I do have a shovel, don't I? No, I don't. Alright, well, fair enough. Let's go ahead and dump some of this stuff off. And we have everything we need for it. I think. Inventory management's a big issue. I need to get that that storage chest done. All right. So what we need is sticks, and then we need iron, and that should be all we need for a shovel. There we go. There's the shovel. All right. There you go, guys. Shovel. Now, shovel's really great for dirt, and if you don't have an auger, it's definitely the way to go. I do have an auger, but unless I'm digging out massive amounts of dirt, I'm just going to use the shovel, because it's actually pretty efficient. If memory serves me correctly, I think with full stamina, which I don't have right now, but let's see. Let's get our stamina up to full. I think one swipe of the shovel takes up the dirt. There you go. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take our wood, and we are going to make walkways in between each set. So this is going to be for, I don't know, potatoes. Let's loot him. Ow. I walked into my own spikes and destroyed them at the same time. Alright, so that one's going to be for potatoes. Then we will dig out the hole right there. This will be another one. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. That's okay, though. This will be another one. Let's put down some more dirt. Alright, so there we go. That will be for, I don't know, corn. Let's see if we could straighten this out with torches. There we go. Beautiful. Knock this up because it obviously doesn't go there. And okay, we got to continue making using the reinforced concrete for the floor, basically. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright, and we're gonna have to take up these spike traps now. I always throw out the spike traps that are damaged, and I just we don't have any room for them. Don't have any room for anything. What else can I keep up here? Nothing, because there's no room in here. I think I have some. Why don't we get rid of these crappy spike traps? Put these right here. Is there anything I can get rid of? Yes, I can eat. There we go. And now we should be able to pick these up. We should have the room for them. There we go. Well, not the room for those. Alright. Alright, now let's see where we're at. Let's get the dirt. This will be the... You know, we're going to need more dirt. I know we have some downstairs. Let's go get some. Now, again, the first part of that farm is going to be for potatoes. The second part's going to be for blueberries, and the third part's going to be for corn. And that way I'll have a little set of each, you know, separate from each other. Not that it really matters. They don't have to be separate from each other. And I know where to get corn, and I already have blueberries. At least I think I have blueberries. Blueberries are all over the place. It doesn't matter if I have them or not. What did I come down here for? Dirt. Dirt. Dirt? I know I have dirt somewhere. There it is. So, yeah, I mean, did I even pick up blueberries? I don't know if I did. But like I said, they're all over the place. When I go on loot runs, I will come across some blueberries. And I know exactly where to get corn. There's a big cornfield I can go to. Not a problem. So that's pretty cool. Let's go ahead and put down these spike traps. Not really a lot, but I could put down more later. Let's go ahead and grab the wood and build around. Like so. Dirt, 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 dirt. There we go. So now we will surround this one. Ugh. Keep putting stuff in the wrong place. We will surround this one, and that is our completed farm. Except I don't have everything planted yet. Now, I need to decide what my... Now, first of all, let's pick all these up. Fucking... Give me a minute. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry, guys. I just had to make a couple of chests because I was getting annoyed. So I need to make some room, basically. So now that I have some room, my next idea is the farm and the farm right here and the mine are all set up the way I want them to be. The next part is going to be an indoor area I'm going to make. And it's going to start somewhere over here. And I just need to decide how wide it's going to be. And you need to be very careful when you plan how wide a structure is going to be, because when you're OCD like I am, you want all the windows and doors and everything lined up properly the way you want them to. So I'm going to do this quite carefully. And let's see what we can figure out here. Just trying to decide if I want to do this now or in another video, because this video is already going long. So that kind of blows. Yeah, you know what? I think I'm going to have to do this in another video. Yeah, this one's going long, and I'm not sure what I want to do here. So let me figure this out, and I will have some answers for you guys next video. And once I figure out how I want the indoor part of this base to go, the building's going to start really going fast. So that's going to be it for episode 8, and I'll see you next time for episode 9. Till then, take it easy.